Hi, this is Victoria Smith, and today we're doing our fifth and final speech. This is my audience. All right. My dad loved to read. The earliest memories that I have are of him sitting on the leather chair in our living room reading Louis L'Amour, completely engrossed in tales of cowboys and the Wild West. And I couldn't read yet, but I really, really wanted to read. So little by little, I learned to read, and I found out what was keeping him in that chair for so long, what basically, was interesting him for hours on end. Finally, we went to the used bookstore, and for the first time, I got to pick out a book for myself, and I was so excited. I looked and I looked, and I finally found the Boxcar Children's set. It was the first 3 books in the set, and they were chapter books, and I was just so excited. So I ran over to my parents, shoved the books in their hands. Please, can we get these? And they said no. I was heartbroken. I cried. I was just upset, complained, but nothing changed their minds. For the next few weeks, I basically just pounded them and pounded them and pounded them. And I got the same answer, and I really couldn't understand why. And then Christmas morning came. Little kids don't really assimilate that Christmas is only like 2 weeks away. So I ran out to, to the tree, and there they were, my first chapter books. And from that moment on, I've just been a super book nerd. I love books. Maybe your memory isn't as vivid as mine is, but I'm sure that everyone in this room has been affected by a book at some point in their lives. At the very least, much of what you know today is from reading. You learned it from reading. Today, I would like you to join me in paying tribute to Johann Gutenberg for his innovation and for making reading possible for everyone. Gutenberg's innovation came in the form of inventions and improvements to the printing processes. His printing experience began when he was the first European to use the movable type printing. He then contributed a number of revolutionary ideas to printing. According to Wikipedia, the process of a mass-producing movable type, the use of oil-based ink, and the use of a wooden printing press similar to agricultural screw presses of the period were all Gutenberg's contributions to printing. All of these inventions and innovations together allowed him to create the first movable printing press that made the mass production of printed works possible. Without Gutenberg's ingenuity and innovation, printing in mass may not have ever occurred. He also printed the first book, printed in Latin and known as the Gutenberg Bible, in 1455. Gutenberg made reading possible for everyone with the invention of the printing press in 1450. According to historyguide.org, the printing press contributed greatly to accelerating the spread of Renaissance and its ideals. The printing press paved the way for scientific revolution, Protestant Reformation, and every subsequent change in the structure of society because people were able to understand what was being explained to them firsthand. This meant that all fields of study, from medicine to astronomy, have been able to make improvements because of Gutenberg. Making books and writings available to everyone meant that literacy was also vastly improved throughout the known world. Today, we are able to read and understand because books were made available with Gutenberg's invention of the printing press. Sometimes we forget to pay tribute to the people who affect our lives every day because we take those things for granted. Can you imagine what life would be like without indoor plumbing, electricity, or automobiles? The answer is yes. I'm sure you can probably imagine it, but you wouldn't really like to live without those things. I know I have more difficulty imagining a world without any printed materials. Books, pamphlets, magazines, handbooks, anything that's printed wouldn't be here without the invention of the printing press. So if you know how to read on your own, if you learned something new in a textbook, or if you've ever had a favorite book now or as a child, please join me in paying tribute to the man responsible. Johann Gutenberg should be honored for his innovation and for making reading possible for the common man or woman. Thank you for your time and have a great evening.
All right.